Hey, girls.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. How you doing?
Good. Happy to make it at least for this.
Yes.
Good. Well, sorry you couldn't be here for the whole day, but we're grateful that you're able to squeeze us in due to your family emergency. And we're looking forward to your round 2 of your lecture. And I want to let you know I really enjoyed the video that you shared. It was like a comedy show.
Yes.
Well, we wanted to show a little bit of our personality, because that's kind of us. So we can be serious and we can be a little more funny. And I feel that in these times and these days, we really, really need to have that a little bit of laugh, because it's hard to find now.
Well, you guys are a trip, and I love just how you finish each other's sentences. So that's great. So let me introduce you guys so you can get going, because I know people are looking forward to this, as we have a lot of people watching live on Facebook, and it's live streamed everywhere on all of our pages all over the place. So they're going to be able to watch it forever.
No pressure.
No pressure. So the two ladies, we have Patty Stockdreher. How do you say your name, please?
Stockdreher. Dreher.
Very unusual name. And Verohnika Bao, who no one spells the name Veronica like Veronica does. I have to always correct it. Spell check does not recognize it. Today they're going to be channeling messages from beyond, part 2. It's a sharing about extraterrestrial roots, ascension, and healing the healer. Today they would normally be in room 15, but they are not available, but they did show up for this lecture, performance, whatever you want to call it, your show. And they were going to offer 5-minute diagnostic readings, which you'll be able to do next week. Right, ladies?
Right.
Right. And if you still want to give away a raffle, it's up to you. At the end, you can give any value you want, whatever you want to do, half hour, whatever you want to do. So these two ladies, they're psychics, medium, channel, card readers, healers, coaches, spiritual advisors, light workers, Reiki master trainers, light language practitioners, empath readers, ordained ministers, master frequency, crystal healers, transformational life coaches, certified crystal readers, certified aura chakra readers. Did I miss anything?
Overachievers, yes.
Yeah. And not only both bilingual, they're also considered twin flames, and we dub them as Psychicks. When we're figuring out who are they, we're branding you, and boom, they are light language practitioners, healers, spiritual advisors, mediums, and all that great stuff. Patricia is a homeopath, a nutritionist, and continuing the generation's work of spiritual enlightenment. She receives celestial messages from the Extraterrestrial Galactic Council to guide humankind on the right path. They both had experiences with near-death experience in past life seminars and clearing, and past life seminars. So they both died and came back, and they both been abducted, I believe, too. And they're going to probably share things like that. And what they specialize in clearing, help remove negative energies and obstacles in your life. They do psychic readings and medical intuitive readings, remote Reiki, manifestation readings, removal of all kinds of, and removal. So girls, you got the floor for 25 minutes. You can reach them at angelmystic.com, and that's their name, pretty much their website, also their Twitter and their Instagram, but their Facebook is called Transcend11. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, you got the floor.
Thank you. One of the other things we wanted to do today, since we won't really, be here other than this little presentation, is spend maybe just a few minutes at the end, and we'll field a few questions if anybody would like, so that way we get a little interactive with the audience also.
And our raffle will actually be a half-hour reading, in which we'll go into Aura Chakra, which is one of my loves and passions, and looking at the breaks and how to bridge them. And we'll also do past life enlightenment and reconnection, and do a little bit of cutting cords. So a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. And one of the other things that we also do as an extra little thing is sometimes we do our past lives, just regular past lives, but we also do past life for extraterrestrials. So if you have spent a previous lifetime as an extraterrestrial, which I would say the majority of us have, that we are able to see who you were and what you did as an extraterrestrial. So it's kind of fun. So so let's get started. So last week we did channeling messages from beyond. This time we thought we'd go a little bit further with that, and you know, because there was a lot of questions last week, so we figured we could try to answer a few of those. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about was, well, the extraterrestrials. They've been around for a long time, and one of it would be almost impossible to do all of it as far as extraterrestrials, but we wanted to hit some of the highlights. That one of the questions that we had was, you know, who are they? Why did they come here? You know, what did they really want with us? And one of the theories is that they had come down right around the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis were extraterrestrials who had come down, and they had they say that they came down to be able to they wanted to mine gold, and that they had generally, you know, used us to do the mining. But one of the thing is that we weren't completely developed. Obviously, you know, we went from Neanderthal to Cro-Magnon man, and the thing is that when they did the scientific studies, there was actually no link that the jump from the Neanderthal to the Cro-Magnon man. And what the theory is that the extraterrestrials had come down and had, you know, manipulated our DNA. Some of them had also, you know, mated with the humans, because they felt that the humans weren't intelligent enough to be able to do what they wanted to. Now, again, there's a lot of different theories on what had happened and how, you know, they integrated into our societies. But the thing is, you know, a lot of them are still with us, and a lot of people don't even realize that. They tell me that one of the things is they're here even when we're, you know, when people don't even see them, because a lot of them, they tend to exist in between dimensions, you know. So that's why some people can see them, some people can't, or they seem to disappear out of nowhere. They slip in and out of the different dimensions. And, you know, people who are a little more ascended, the veil gets a little thinner so that they're able to see these extraterrestrials. Most of them are very good, and they're trying to help the human civilization ascend. But there are a few that are not so good. Those are generally the reptoids. I'm sure all of us have heard of the reptilians. Basically, a lot of the reptilians still live here, but they live underground.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of talk about them, especially recently, because they say that they have also integrated with the human population, and that I mean, there's been different things where you've seen on TV where they'll show pictures or little videos of people where they'll kind of shapeshift, because the reptoids are shapeshifters.
Or the slit in their eyes, which there's been documented. Yeah. George Bush Sr.'s, it's a viral. Britney Spears, and just about every famous celebrity, politician around the world, Jay-Z.
Yeah, we're not saying, you know, oh yeah, you're an alien. But I mean, in reality, I'm sure quite a few of us do have some genetics that evolved from alien DNA. We were both abducted when we were very young children. And it was, well, go ahead and tell them your experience.
Well, my first experience, I remember at the age of 3, I was crawling underneath the bed as any normal child would do to get a ball. And then all I remember is floating midair. I saw this translucent white, what's known now as a gray, because there was so much glow around it, and very weird shaped eyes. And then the next thing I remember, I was on top of my bed. And there's like this nice draft, and then somebody had touched my forehead and then just disappeared. And through the years, I've caught on and off spaceships down in Miami. This was years ago. I always felt there was something in my closet. It wasn't a demon. It was just alien. I felt like I've always been watched, always been tracked. And anything UFO related. It's like I knew the information since I was very little. I didn't comprehend it. I couldn't just go to my parents or anything like that. So decided to do the research as the years came along. And I feel kind of like the X-Men. Got mutant powers. I can see things. I can hear things, sense, pretty much all the senses. I see into past lives. It's like my pineal gland decided to sprout roots, and just I can see pretty much just about everything. And the neatest part of it is that over the years, I've been able to refine, without me even trying to do it, a vision on the inside of each person, like the energy tree. If there's a issue, small, big, medium, large, if they have capacity, cancer cells, things like that, I can see it, I can identify it. And I can also work with past lives, which a lot of it is a lot of the sicknesses, a lot of bad energy, depending on how the person died and all that. So it's been quite an experience. That's just one side or one chapter of my book of life. And there's so many more chapters, but it's been quite an interesting ride.
When I was very little, the first time I remember actually being abducted, I have vague thoughts of when I was littler, say 3 or 4. That's what they tell me when it originally started. But basically, a lot of people who have been abducted, they tend to take them very young and they follow them through their lifetimes. When I was about 8 years old was probably one of the most vivid that I had that I can remember from way back when is I was laying in my bed and I was awake, but I was hovering about 4 feet over my bed and I couldn't move. I wanted to scream. I couldn't scream. And I kept on seeing these big black eyes staring at me. And I looked outside and I saw like this spaceship through my window, lots of bright lights. They were moving me with their mind and talking to me to kind of, they were almost kind of comforting me because I was so scared. But I kept on fighting them as, a young kid just being afraid. And I finally broke their gaze and just went crashing down into the bed. And then I also had, of course, as any kid, I saw them, race away in their little spaceship. And I ran downstairs, told my mom, and of course, oh, you're just, dreaming, but, go back to bed. But, I still see the eyes now. I've been abducted many times since then. One of the things that, and I'm sure many of us, especially the light workers, have been. Now, for some people, it seems a little, woo,
Okay.
yeah. But for a lot of us, they're here. Most of them are here to help us. And the people that have been brought down as light workers, they're here to manipulate our DNA, return things on, because there's so much of us that has basically been, toggled down because, but as we go through our lifetime, I'm sure many of the light workers have had missing time. They've had, just like they wake up and they have a dream that, they had been abducted. Chances are they have been. Also, middle of the day, it'll be 3 o'clock and then all of a sudden it's 3:30. Where have they been?
Or dreams where they dream one thing, but you have the feeling it wasn't where you're being shown, like dreams that are masked. That's normally something that aliens, particularly Greys, which are known to be helpers of the other worst aliens, either the Sumerians believed a lot in Anunnaki, which the Anunnaki just did whatever they wanted because they were powerful, up until the Blues came in, and you've been having that eternal fight between the Blues and the Greys.
Now, as far as a lot of people, they still have a difficult time believing in aliens, but yet they're finding more and more skeletons. They're finding parts of spaceships. They're finding crashed spaceships. It's not exactly as, they try to suppress all that information. But if you go to like Peru, you go in one of their museums and they have skeletons of
open to the public
of aliens that have, the really big, long, elongated heads. And you can see the actual skeletons. They have skeletons of beings that have 3 fingers, 3 toes.
That were buried in the high sacrificial mounds.
Yeah, they were like flash frozen or flash
And
dried.
they were kept as monuments because they were very sacred to the people that lived in the higher Andes, the higher Sierra, up in the mountains, pretty much.
And now that they have the technology, they've gone all over the world, and you see hieroglyphics of spacemen and spaceships, you know, where they would have not even had the chance of, you know, one part of the world being able to see what the other part of the world is doing, but they're exactly the same. Also, they're finding graves of giants, which were all, you know, were also extraterrestrials, and anywhere from 9 to 17 feet tall. So they're starting to unearth more and more information. So, you know, we're not quite as crazy as we were once anticipated, but you know, they're finally letting some of the information out, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, you know, who don't talk about it. And I mean, you know, I haven't really openly talked about it until more recently, because people need to know that information. And I noticed how many people are out there that have had these experiences and they're afraid to talk to anybody, you know, because of being labeled kook. But that was one of the things that, you know, I wanted to, you know, it's not that crazy, and there's more and more people out there coming, you know, to the light. And the thing is there's the inner earth where they still exist, which most, I don't know if anybody's heard of the hollow earth. They have that where they exist in that timeline. Also, there are so many underground caves and tunnels and caverns where a lot of these extraterrestrials live. I know there's a spiritual battle going on right now between the, you know, the good extraterrestrials and the bad extraterrestrials, you know, because they're abducting a lot of people that, you know, than people really know. There's millions and millions of people that disappear every year. And yes, we know, you know, there's the human trafficking, but there's also the alien abductions, and where they're taking people and experimenting on them.
Yeah, they say about over 8 million kids disappear in the U.S., and a third of that goes into aliens kidnap the kids.
Yeah, they're doing experimentation on them. I guess they want to see if they could be genetically mutated or changed, but that gets a little deep. So another thing is happier thoughts, definitely. There are the good extraterrestrials who are trying to help us ascend, especially the healers. Some of the, we talked a little bit about some of the symptoms of ascension that a lot of the light workers are experiencing, as far as, you know, crazy stuff like nausea. They'll wake up and they'll be very, very sensitive. We speak to a lot of the healers. We help a lot of the healers with this, because they don't understand what's going on with them. They just don't. Now. Yeah, especially now, because there's lots of solar flares coming in, which are striking us, and basically they're trying to wake us up, because we're here for a reason.
We have a mission to do.
We have a mission to do. There's a lot of us here, and we're here to help basically ascend the planet so that we can get out of that darkness and move into the light. One of the things that other people have been coming to us and saying is that, you know, they're starting to open up more. People who aren't aware of their gifts, they're starting to wake up, and they're starting to come to us, and they're like, I don't understand what's going on with me. All of a sudden I'm seeing things, I'm feeling things. They're being overwhelmed, especially the empaths that are waking up.
Crazy is a common
word. And they feel like they're going crazy. They're people that have, they're very sensitive, and they'll wake up and they'll be like, you know, crying for no reason. They don't understand why. You know, so we help people with those sort of things.
Yeah, especially people with the O negative blood type. We have come across every single person that has experienced an alien abduction or any kind of interaction with extraterrestrial forces. Before a ritual, or like ayahuasca, which we've come across quite a few people, they feel like they've been upgraded, is a common word that they use. And all in truth, it's a very interesting way that we all tend to find each other, either through the fair, which, thank you, Sherry, amazing.
Yeah, all of us light workers are being brought together, you know, so that we can work as a group
and magnify our good energy.
And the thing she was talking about with the blood types, if you're not familiar with the blood type thing is you've got your O positive, your A positive, AB, and then you have your RH negative. And that would be like O negative, A negative, AB negative, B negative. And there's only, I believe it's 10%, approximately 10% of the population who have the negative factor in their blood. And what that is that we're the only ones that have, that we are missing the rhesus factor. And the thing is they can trace all the positives, that have originated here, but anybody that has the RH negative factor, they can't trace them to anything. They're not known to any other species on the planet. They can't link us to anything. So they basically say, oh, well, we're not really from here. We're probably the more unique, I guess the original
gangsters, the OGs.
But we're basically the original immigrants of the planet.
Undocumented.
Yeah, undocumented, pretty much.
Yes.
But it tends to be a very interesting factor that most people who have RH negative blood are the ones that are getting abducted the most. I think maybe because they were either ones that were hybrids and have been bred through the whole years, or possibly ones that they have created, because at that time they were also able to make clones, and they were much higher frequency than we were, and a lot more intelligent. The other thing is we want to go into so there's so much more we could talk about that, but we also want to go into healing the healer a little more. And one of the things that love the bowls, love the sound healings. Those are very very helpful, especially to healers, because it does really raise our frequency,
higher vibration,
and the higher vibration. There's so many things that they hold back from us as far as technology and how we can really heal our bodies. They keep us very suppressed, but it's starting to get out, which is really good. And one of those things is healing with frequencies. There was the Rife machine from, I think it was the 40s or the 50s, where they were starting to heal people with frequencies. And we're made of 100% energy. That's what we are. We're solid energy. And the frequencies will actually change and manipulate the molecules in our body to help us heal. And that's how most of us healers work, is with the energies of the body, whether it be with our hands, with our voices, with our own energy, and we can literally go in and change people's energy with that. Another thing that
singing bowls are awesome too.
Yeah, another thing that people had asked us about questions is, let's see, some people were asking about the different types of aliens, and like when I do my past life alien extraterrestrial readings, we've come up with quite a few different kinds. I believe there's over 160 different aliens out there that we're aware of, and they also come from different. The Palladians are very well known. I think a lot of the light workers that are here now are from the Pallades. A lot from Osiris. They're telling me that that we all basically volunteered to come back down to help.
Yes, and if you'd like to know more about the different types of alien races, the U.S. Air Force back in the 60s compiled a big book that they were given so much information, they termed it Project Blue Book, which came out as a series on one of the main channels, but it's very interesting. They keep on adding, and they give all the interesting information on it too. So with that being said,
we were going to open up to some questions if anybody had any questions.
No question is too crazy.
Not with us. Did you get your chat?
Yeah. Let's see. If you're too shy, just write it in the chat.
No, you can unmute yourself if you have a question. Alexandria. Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Hi, Alexandria. Thanks so much for all the messages. Oh my God, it's so
yeah.
similar.
Well, this is my topic. I'm an ancient alien theorist, also an experiencer, and I'm trying to discern what the hell is going on with the alien agendas and COVID,
Us
or
too.
any other pandemic that we've had cyclically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it gets kind of deep, and because there is a faction on this earth which we deem to be good or evil, and it's an evil faction that has come through that has an agenda of basically terraforming our earth for their own use, and also for control. They have a lot of agendas. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of Agenda 21, and then there's 2030. But basically, they want to change our Earth. They want to lower the population, and they also want to, basically take over the Earth for themselves. Like they used to run the Earth way back when. This goes back thousands of years. They've been in control beneath the surface, where a lot of people don't even know. But it's come to a critical impact and a critical point where they say that they've been here long enough, they've ruled long enough, and basically the higher spiritual beings up there are assisting us in fighting back.
Yeah, a couple of movies where you can find more about terraforming by bad aliens, which have a lot of corporate greed behind it too, is called The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. It's an oldie but a goodie. Awesome movie.
Yeah.
And the one that I've only been able to watch twice because it just freaks me out too much is called The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich, that happens in Nome, Alaska. It's amazing movies, guys. One with Charlie Sheen is a little bit more quacky, but it's fun and interesting.
The funny thing is they tend to use media a lot to kind of desensitize us, make us more, it's way of passing messages, making us more aware. And, the crazy movies that we watch from the future, or what they deem as the future, is there's a lot of relative information in there that is true. And especially with, it's kind of funny, we have to laugh a little bit because they talk about, the new Space Force and things like that. And they've been doing that for decades and decades and decades. They've already got people on the moon, actually in the moon, because the moon is actually it was like a spaceship that originally came from Mars. There was, I know this sounds crazy. We sound like a movie. We don't have a lot of time. Sorry, but anyway, there was a big war, big battle. Mars's surface got blown away. And there are now beings living inside of Mars, including lots of not necessarily Americans, but lots of humans from the planet are up there. They've got portals that they travel through. Interdimensional travel. Yes. They do everything, but it's like, I don't know if anybody remembers, what was that one program way back when in the 50s, where they hung a little spaceship from the string, and, just to kind of give us an idea of, spaceships. But it's just, they are so far advanced in space travel, and we've back engineered.
We can do another talk.
Yeah, we've back engineered spaceships that we fly around in, and the holograms, and there's so many other things.
Any other questions?
Sorry, I go on and on and on.
I just have a comment. As a medium, I experienced alien interference. Aliens posing as people's dead relatives. Yeah. I had to stop doing mediumship for a number of reasons, and that was one of them.
Yeah, there was a spirit when I was writing down the 2 movie titles. Somebody was telling me, no, I should not give that out. So I went ahead and give it out anyway, because it's important for people to know.
Yeah, and again, the veil is getting very thin. We're starting to mix with dimensions. And I believe that, what you think in your frequency, we're starting to move into, some people are sticking in the 3rd dimension, which is a lower frequency for the people who can't quite adjust to what's going on.
Yes.
And then you've got your 4th dimension, which are the people that are somewhat aware, and they're learning, they're looking, they're seeking, and they're waking up, but they're not quite there. And then the 5th dimension is basically pure love. And
then you have 7th dimension, 9th
yeah,
dimension.
and it goes on and on. So I think we're basically battling to be able to ascend into these different dimensions, and the more negative races, extraterrestrial races, do not want us to go anywhere. They just basically want to keep us on this planet.
Any other questions?
Anybody else have a question?
Christine was asking about past life.
Okay.
Her past lives, and somebody was asking about past life regression. Any of you do past life regression?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
past
we
life
do.
regressions.
Yes.
We do that. We can help with that.
Definitely.
Okay.
We can take you as
So-
far as you're open to go. So
Yeah, we've most of us have had, thousands of past lives, and not just on
no
this
wonder I'm
planet.
so tired.
Yeah, I know. Not just on this
Who's
planet.
going to be available today for past life regressions?
They're not.
Well,
They're not working today.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to stay for that. Obviously, we'll be back next week. We also have our website. If you wanted to contact our website, it's angelmystic.com
You
or
can schedule an
psychicks.com.
appointment.
You can call us, schedule an appointment if it's something that you really need to have done soon, and we could probably catch you maybe at the beginning of the week.
Or
But
contact us on the chat and we
Yeah.
can set something up.
and we'll be back here next week. So unfortunately, we're only able to do this one little short time span. But yeah, we love to do past lives. It's amazing, what some people, what we see for some people. And, and we bring all these things and all these gifts in. And I feel that, the light workers now, they're being flooded with past lives. So they're having
Yes.
lots of memories.
A lot of
of
growing
things.
pains.
Yeah, a lot of growing
A lot
pains.
of physical
Yeah,
disparities.
and it's funny because a lot of people feel like they can't even squeeze into their own body.
I feel
It's
like that
they
every
don't feel
day.
like they fit in their skin anymore. A lot of them don't want to be here. They're waking up and they're like, oh, I don't think I like it here. Can I go home? And a lot of that. They're having a real hard time adjusting because, for me, and as strange as this may sound, is I don't quite understand how people can do some of the things that they're doing. And that's just, this seems horrific to me. And it just really, gets me being an empath. And that's one of the problems. Empaths are experiencing the worst of the symptoms because they don't want to be out in public. They want to isolate. They're feeling all this stuff that's coming in from all over the world. And we literally feel the world and the people in it. And it's really hard to learn how to block these things out and filter them because you don't know where it's coming from. But that's another thing that we also work with people on, and how to block that stuff, how to filter out all the stuff from everybody else. And one of the other things that we're really adamant about is we do a lot of physical fairs, we did do a lot of physical fairs. And a lot of the healers were the sickest people in the fair because they didn't know how to block entities. They were taking, especially the empaths, they were taking on everything that everybody else had. They'd give readings and they'd feel sorry for the people. So I can take that. Here, let me handle that. I'll take that from you. But they didn't know how to get rid of it. They didn't know how to filter it out, and they didn't know how to protect themselves. So that is another thing, basically heal the healer. And that is another thing that we work with. A lot of our clients are healers, a lot of them. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. It's Donna Rayner. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good.
Oh, great. Are you, well, before I ask my question, I just wanted the name of the Charlie Sheen movie,
The Arrival.
Mm-hmm.
The Arrival, and the
Yeah.
Milanovic,
Mila Jovovich, The Fourth Kind.
Mm-hmm.
The Fourth Kind.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
The
quite a few.
Arrival has a sequel also. There are 2 of them.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few out there, quite a few
I've
movies that
watched
have a
quite
lot
a
of truth in
few,
them.
so, but the scariest one for me, and I rarely get scared, was The Fourth Kind, because they mix the real footage and the movie footage side by side, and the effects are really freaky. So if
Yeah.
you've got a strong stomach,
Yeah.
and you won't have a seizure of some sort watching
Yeah.
all those special effects.
And another thing is they do have clones. They make clones. They make hybrids. All this stuff that you see in these movies that you think, woo, it's going on. It's all going on right now.
And it's going on right now. And are you familiar with the possibility of some of our politicians cloned, such as Obama?
Yeah, we
that's-
we try.
For us, it's
We
not a
try to keep a
possibility.
little out of the politics because we get banned a lot.
We would get burned.
We get shadow banned and filtered all the time. You know, with the fact checkers.
They keep
and
on
stuff
like
like
cat
that.
smacking her.
Yes, you know, because I'm trying to get the truth out there, and and a lot of people don't want to hear it.
And I'm like the secret alien. I just hide behind her, like, ooh.
Are the
Yeah, well, people don't.
are
Can't
the aliens in charge of the
Yes, they are.
politicians not able to disclose to the world?
Yes.
Yeah, they are starting to let some information out because the good side is doing a little better, and we're taking over a lot of it, and we're getting rid of a lot of the poor ones. I don't know if anybody saw. There was like a film clip out there of 6, 7 different spaceships out in Brazil, and they were fighting. And what that was there was the good extraterrestrials. They were fighting the bad ones trying to escape, and they shot them down.
What was that one in Arizona? They used the hologram.
Oh yeah, and also watch out for holograms because you know, it's kind of funny. They talk about we've gone anywhere from locust to you know, hurricanes to the Red Sea where all the fish are dying to, you know, they're going through all the different things, and just be ready for the possible holograms of an alien invasion. That's all I can say. And possible blackouts and things like that. Just really scare. They live on the fear.
Exactly. So did the bad guys win or the good guys win? And I have a question to ask after that.
We feel they've been talking to us, and the extraterrestrials, and for the moment the good guys win. It's going to be a battle for a while still. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs. They're still not, you know, giving up. But I feel that the good guys will win, and there's going to be so many blessings being given to us soon.
Yeah, my alien.
So I have a question for you, and that is, I really need to have this answered. Can you tell me about Morgellons?
Oh, Magellans, yes.
That's a long.
Yeah, that's a long conversation.
How to work with it. It's and just for our audience to know, my understanding that Morgellons is a dis-ease where beings here on the planet are implanted with almost metallic roots or wiring that connect up to the abduction that happened through an abduction.
Yeah, it's almost like there's another agenda that they have is as transhumanism, where they are trying to integrate us with basically technology, but there is a living thing that they have found which will basically come inside you, and it will try to form a network in your body. And again, that was another thing they did with chemtrails and stuff dropping on us too. Oh yeah, the other person. I'm sorry. We're taking up too much time, I guess.
Yeah, just reach out to us.
Yeah.
Our website is Psychicks, just like it's spelled 11 at yahoo.com.
Side, SIDE, ship.
No, it's
No. PSYCHICKS 11 at yahoo.com.
Mm-hmm.
And
Side-
just
Side.
And again, if
Yeah.
you want to do a past life or something like that, or a reading, and you need to do it right away, you know, give us a holler. You want to give them the phone number?
Yeah, 813-389-9208.
Otherwise, we'll be back again next week. Hopefully things will be better for us, and we can also do readings then. And
Great.
thank
I
you.
will send somebody who has Morgellons to you so she might be able to get a reading.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. I've met quite a few people with that, and everybody says that, oh, you're making it up. It doesn't exist.
No, we've met children
And
that have it.
That is so not true.
Yep.
So not true.
Mount Sinai Hospital in Miami, Florida is one of the hospitals that recognize it as a dis-ease.
It's a
Yeah.
hotspot.
Yeah, this has been going on for a very long time.
Yes.
Very long time. It's
My girlfriend had it, Miel. She had
Mhm.
it on her face, and I
Yeah.
saw the fibers. I saw this firsthand myself.
yeah, it's like little pieces of metal sticking out of your skin. And
Right.
now go in and out.
fibers.
it's crazy.
It's hard to determine if they're metal or not.
Yeah, but it has kind of the appearance of
Stuff
like
coming out.
like a yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, a friend of mine who has that has been able to reduce it a great deal through the use of high dosages of CBD oil.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways. I'm very big proponent about detoxing because, you know, we can eat the right foods, which is good. We have the right diet, the right frequencies, but you need to also, you need to detox because there's so many things that we just can't not eat because it's just being forced upon us. You can't be perfect in that. And if you detox once a month, it's really good, especially heavy metals. We're being inundated with heavy metals. And I don't know if anybody noticed or not, but for the first time in decades, clear skies, they're taking those chemtrails away. Yeah. So the real clouds out there now.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much for answering the questions.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We love you guys. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry.
Wait, didn't you want to do a raffle?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so we got our number. Did everybody put in the number in the chat?
No, they didn't yet.
Okay, it's a number from 1 to 100.
Put it in the chat. Went to 100, everybody who wants a session with her. Them. Both of them. We got some numbers.
All our peeps. Yeah.
Yes, and our peeps. We have a lot of people out there helping us.
Just write a number from 0 to 100 if you want a private session with them. 1 hour, half hour, what is it you're giving away?
A half hour.
Half hour.
Aura chakra reading.
Yeah.
Or just talking to you.
We'll see you. We'll whistle Gypsy.
Okay, last chance. Write down your numbers in the chat if you want to win a session with them. Just writing down the number in the chat. Okay, ready, ladies? Want to hold it up?
Yeah.
Again, everyone's into this. So we got a Leslie Bruce.
Yes, Leslie Bruce, 79.
Leslie Bruce won. Leslie, just send me. You can send me a private message and I'll make sure I get it. Or why don't you just contact the ladies directly? Give out your number again one more time.
It's 813-389-9208.
Okay. Leslie, you wrote that down.
And we're very excited to talk to you.
Cool. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. If you want to come back later, if things are good, we have some openings after 7 o'clock.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. See you next week if you don't come back.
Bye. Blessings.